This is the Half Naked Conversations with Comedians, and we are here with my friend Nicky Sunshine. Yay! And just to make sure that you guys know, if you haven't already, please go to streamyard.com/Facebook. Give them permission so that we can see your comments and posts and likes or whatnot. That's the only way I can see it. Nikki, I don't think you can see anything. Yeah?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So Nikki's blind, so whatever you guys post, I have to read it to her. So so that's the introduction. Nikki, tell me how long you've been doing comedy for.
Woo!
I know it's a long time.
Yeah, I've been doing comedy since about 2005, and I only have 3 jokes. That's it.
That was the first one.
Yeah. 3 jokes.
But you're doing amazing stuff right now.
Am I?
Well, not right now, but you have a one-woman show going on.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Confessions of a Massage Parlor Madam. Woo!
I mean, that's amazing.
Let's see if you can get me to confess anything tonight, Jess. I can tell you a dirty story of something real that happened in my past from the massage parlor days.
Okay, you want to play that game?
Oh, you tit for tat. If I tell a story, and I don't mean Dottie Mae.
No, my and I'll yeah. Okay, all right. Let's see where it goes then.
Yeah.
So to start this off, I want to play a clip of you that you sent in.
Yeah.
And so people can get to know who you are as a comedian. And as soon as that's done, we'll be right back. So here's Nicky Sunshine. I gotta push play. All right, hold on. I always forget that I have to push play.
Al Sharpton visited the high school where I was working. You guys, you heard of Al Sharpton, right? What is his job description? Does anybody know? He just shows up angry, doesn't he? He's like, we in the black community will continue to boycott Popeyes for selling disproportionate amounts of crispy chicken in our neighborhoods. Okay, Al, I want to boycott your hairdo. How about that? Bad luck with jobs. My dream job is to have something on the Food Network. Do you guys watch that? The Food Network? Oh my God, I love that show. They have a show called Cookin' Real, but I want to do my own show. It'd be Cookin' Real with Nicky Sunshine. Okay, first, we're going to make a gourmet grilled cheese today. It's real gourmet. What we're going to do, we're going to take 2 slices of bread, some cha-cha-cha-cha cheese, put a hot iron on it for about 50 seconds, crumble some Doritos on top, and now we're cooking real. I love that. I don't really have a lot of luck dating guys. No, actually, I stick with the mentally disturbed and the unemployed. That's what I do. I don't really date guys. I sponsor them. It's like that commercial, the Sally Struthers commercial. Have you seen it? For $60 a day, you too can date Kevin. Help him pay his rent. Help him pay his child support. Help him get his car out of the shop. Call 1-800-BROKE-GUYS. It's ridiculous. I dated a guy, he lied and said he was Native American. That was his excuse for living in a tent in the woods. He's like, that's not a tent, that's a teepee. That's my culture. It was ridiculous. I dated another guy, picked me up for a date in a UPS truck. Lied and said his car was in the shop. Yeah, and I was like, oh, really? So what's the excuse for us dropping off packages on the way to dinner, Tyrone? Really? Another guy I dated, I had to give him $200 to buy me a birthday gift. And you know what he bought me? A $50 gift card from Macy's.
That's hysterical.
Those were the drunk old days.
Oh my God. And now, that was a while ago that you taped that. You're married now.
I'm married now.
You're married to a comedian.
Oh my gosh.
How is
Married
that? How's
to
that?
a comedian.
How's that going?
Everything is turned into an act out, a joke, no matter what I do. Oh, I'm going to go buy some groceries at Costco. Oh, you rich now. We rich. Hey, everybody, guess what? I got paid. I'm rich. I'm just like, ugh, please, just can we be normal? Like, please let the clubs be open so he can find a stage and stop heckling. A comedian that heckles his family members.
He has a lot of energy.
Oh, yeah, he does.
So, yeah, he's got a lot of energy.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. He is a funny guy. And I can't go in the kitchen and try to eat anything.
Why?
What you eat? What you
really?
You like peanut butter. I'm like, listen, you're not gonna micromanage what I'm doing around in this household. It's not gonna happen. He's like, what? You talk to me like that? Yes, I do.
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what? I go into the kitchen a lot during Easter. Instead of saying Happy Easter, I was just like, Happy Eater!
Happy Eater!
Happy Eater! Yeah, I've been a very happy eater. I'm slowing down on the carbs, except for I just had spaghetti. So I'm not slowing down on the carbs at all. That's a lie. That's a lie. I'm eating a lot of carbs.
Well, let yourself have a treat.
You know? Oh, I've had many treats. I've had about 100 pounds worth of extra treats.
What's your go-to snack? What snacks do you really like in the pandemic?
Pasta.
I love pasta.
I'm into pasta right now, like making a homemade spaghetti sauce and not homemade spaghetti noodles, but definitely the sauce. I had a batch that I made last week that was really good. And then I did another batch yesterday and cooked it for 4 hours. Oh, so good. Oh, yeah. No, like not kidding around sauce.
Oh, shoot. I love pasta. Italian food is my favorite, but cheese is my weakness. That's my go. I love cheese.
You like the stinky cheese?
Not so much the stinky soft cheese. I mean, I'll eat it, but more like I like the cheese that they have at Trader Joe's, like more like English cheddar with some little caramelized onions or like Gouda and like different things, like hard cheeses I like. I love cheese.
Yeah. I think my favorite cheese is probably, I don't know what my favorite cheese is. Oh, Havarti and dill.
Yeah, I like that too.
With crackers and grapes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You have to have that would be my cat's shadow that you just saw. Okay. Yeah, she's a big girl. She's a big kitty.
Like a big cat.
Did you see that coming down on the wall?
She likes Havarti and dill as well, I guess.
Havarti and dill. Oh, yeah. So how are you doing? Like, what's been going on for you guys? Specifically.
We are in one of the hot zones. We're in Nassau County. And so there have been a lot of cases. We know people that are sick. We've known people, unfortunately, that passed away. I was just texting with a comic friend of mine. He works in his family's funeral parlor during the day.
Oh, God.
And he was reaching out, hey, how are you doing? And I was just like, how are you doing? And he's like, it's the busiest I've ever seen it here. And he was like, the other day we had to bury my childhood, like my high school friend.
Oh my God.
Isn't that weird that your friend, that somebody that you knew?
Yeah.
And like so it was just awful, but we pretty much stay indoors. Like today I was a renegade because I was forbidden to go to Costco and all these other stores because it was like, no, it's too dangerous. Don't do it. But I had to
go out.
I had to trick my husband because we ran out of ink for the printer. And I was like, oh, I'll go to Staples to pick it up. Psych. I'm going to Costco.
So wait, so Staples is better than Costco?
Well, I didn't get the ink. I don't know why I didn't get the ink from Costco, but I went to Staples and I just got one package. Ink is expensive, man.
It is. It's like $50.
Yeah.
$40, $50.
$50.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got that and then I went to Costco and Had a good old time.
How was it at Costco? Because I haven't been since all of it started.
The lines to get in, it was around the building. Seriously.
Are you serious?
They had security outside, like directing traffic and directing people. It was like maybe a good 20, 25-minute wait to get inside. But once I was inside, there weren't that many people there. But you know what was shocking to me? They didn't hardly have any meat.
Really? Like, no, I'm not shocked by that at all, though. I'm not shocked by that because because there are meat plants that are testing positive. All their employees are testing positive.
But they just shut them down like 2 days ago. You mean to tell me they didn't have meat from like a week or so ago? I've never seen Costco, like the freezers. They were putting like other like ravioli in the meat thing to make it look like it was filled. I was like, yo, this is a bad sign.
Yeah.
There's meat at Costco. I'm scared.
Wow.
The zombies are gonna come out if Costco doesn't have meat.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know. I ordered like canned tuna, canned salmon.
Yeah.
In case anything happens, you know, because my family, they're like, you gotta have stockpiles of food. Do you guys stockpile food?
I don't know if I should answer that question or not. I'm getting a question right now from Jen who says, what's the reason for the hat and sunglasses? Did you find a bottle of sunshine for inside? And actually, it's just mostly that I didn't take a shower today. So, you know, my hair. And I can't wear the hat without the sunglasses because my head's very round. So I feel like the sunglasses balance out my head.
You have a system.
I have a system. Don't fuck with the system. So have we been stockpiling? I would say we started. We didn't stockpile toilet paper, so let's just get that one off. I did buy a little bit of extra toilet paper in February when I knew this stuff was happening. Mm-hmm. Someone just said, laugh my fucking ass off. You are awesome. Screw showers. Exactly.
Showers?
Screw the showers. We don't need to be clean. Fuck being clean.
Screw showers. Fuck sake.
I take a shower like at least every 5 days, once every 5 days.
Yikes.
No, a little bit more often than that. But, you know. So. Yeah, I can't be too nasty, but you know, every other day when you're not doing anything is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and if I don't do my hair, then I'll wear a hat. You know,
I have to take a shower in the morning and in the night because I do because it relaxes me for bedtime, and then when I get up in the morning, I want to feel refreshed, so I get in the shower. But I notice sometimes, like overnight, you can have some juices baking down there, you know, in some areas. When I went to bed, my butt smelled fine. But then when I woke up, it didn't. My butt was smelling fine.
When you went to bed, how do you know that your butt was smelling fine?
Because I washed it. I was in the shower scrubbing my ass.
And when you woke up, it didn't smell fine?
It didn't smell funky. But then when I woke up, I did a test. You ever do a test of your butt?
No, I can't say that I've ever done the test.
What happened when I was sleeping?
So funny and gross.
Did an Iranian man come in here and violate me? Because this smells like basmati rice.
Basmati rice will never be the same again. Thank you so much.
Bad booty.
That's nasty.
That's nasty.
That's nasty. All right, so yeah, we did stock up a little bit. We have a freezer out in the garage, but not, you know, like not a lot. Not a lot at all. Like we don't have a lot of meat here. I did get the canned chicken and the canned tuna just in case.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, you know, just in case, and crackers and stuff. But we've been home for 6-ish weeks.
Yeah.
Let
me tell you about my last day out in the public universe that we used to know. It was March 12th. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was Thursday, and my social and professional calendar was stacked. I was actually invited to Gracie Mansion for an event honoring women. But no, Gracie Mansion was just the beginning of my night. Then I was to perform a comedy show down on the Lower East Side at it was like parents. I'm not even a parent. I don't even know why I was on the lineup. It was like, oh, we forget your kids. Parents are cool or something like that. This woman, I think her name is Alice Edgar. She was doing it. And then after that, I was supposed to perform in Harlem at some place called Harlem Shake with Vanetta Schofield of Funny Honeys. And so then towards like maybe 4:00, I got the message that because it was just, I think it was just something over the radio, like something was happening, like no school, go home, shelter in or something. And so
and you were completely
event was canceled.
Were you aware
so I was like, well,
were you aware of anything that was going on up to this point?
Yeah, I knew that, it was like some type of virus that was going around. But I was like, oh, I can still do comedy. And then my better half was like, oh, no, you can't. You better come home.
So he's the germaphobe, okay.
Yeah. I was like, no, I'm going to do comedy at Harlem Shake. And he's like, why take the risk?
Right.
Do it. And so I was like, oh, okay. So I canceled. And then I just came home. And after that, I never.
That was it.
That was it. That was it.
So how are you holding up?
I actually like this way of living. I don't think I'm ever going to go out in public again.
Really?
I like being home.
Really?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, at this point, I used to really love events and going to festivals and being out at concerts and being around people, but I kind of like this. It's like a reset. Like, okay, let's just slow down, spend some time. Like I hadn't done my taxes in 3 years.
You know what I think, you know what I find really interesting is that, you know how like, and I don't know, this is always my spiritual way of thinking, right? I'm not a religious person, but I like universally, spiritually, I am that person. So I always think that like, you know how like sometimes you just going and going and going and going and going and you're not stopping to take care of yourself. And then suddenly you just get really sick or something happens and it just flattens you on your ass. I think that's kind of what is happening to America because America is sick as fuck. We are sick as fuck and everybody needs just to shut the fuck up, stay home and reset this shit because it's fucked up.
Do you realize that's your next comedy album? America is sick as fuck.
America's sick. Well, actually, that's I could let you watch my last tape, and I had my friend Sarah watch it for me and give me some feedback. And she's like, "I think your title would be "Fuck You, Motherfucker," because I just said it so many times. Yeah. Fuck you, motherfucker! Shut the fuck up, motherfucker! So yeah, yeah. America's sick as fuck.
Yep.
It really needs an overhaul.
Yeah,
it really does. Yep. Education,
healthcare,
like everything. You know,
I heard on the radio they're like, yeah, so state governments should just declare bankruptcy. I was like, what? Huh? They're like, state governments are running deficits. I think in Texas is going to be like $3 billion. And they have to cut funding to education and all these different programs. We're about to be a third world country. I might as well move to Guatemala.
Well, you could. I don't know if you actually could though right now.
No, probably not. But still, we're going to see a different America real soon. I mean, I already saw no meat at Costco.
You already what?
I already saw what I've never thought I would see in life was a deficit of meat at Costco. Mark my words.
I mean, they're showing like farmers are throwing away their crops because they don't have any way to get them to people.
That was another thing. They were really low on produce as well. Like normally they have a lot of stuff. They didn't have that much stuff.
Yeah. They're throwing away milk. They're throwing away produce, and the meat plants are, it's going to be interesting.
I'm not trying to get the FBI to investigate us with this next phrase. Oh, but I heard somebody said, oh, China should dump American debt because they like take on a lot of our debt. Yeah. Like we're very vulnerable right now, and it's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary. The arrogance needs to stop. Some politician was like, yeah, there are more important things than living. We need to open up the economy.
I don't know. That's some politician. I don't know if that's a good politician. I think they should be voted out.
He was like, I'm very fine to save this country for my grandkids, but there are more important things than living. We need to open up stores.
I don't know how to process any of it.
I swear to you, that's what he said verbatim. I'm going to look for the clip and find it, and I'll inbox you. So you can what he said verbatim.
Absolutely. I just say, it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Shane Honeymoon says, evening, how are you? We're good.
Hey, Shane.
Lindsay Brown says, Texas, yep, sounds about white.
Oh, my. But you know
Paula Delsky just made it. What? Go ahead.
Well, you know what I was wondering the other day? Where's Sarah Palin in all this mess? We need a word from Sarah.
What would the word be if Sarah Palin? Well, gosh, what would it be? What would it be?
I don't even know. That's a good question. Well, gee, gosh,
golly gee whiz. You know what? I miss Sarah Palin right now.
Yeah.
She
was on that show Masked Singer singing I like big butts and I cannot lie.
No, she was not.
I will inbox you. I swear. She was on the Masked Singer singing.
Oh my God.
She knew every single word.
She was trying to stay relevant.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
What was her daughter's name?
Something with what was her daughter's name?
What was her daughter's name? Shit. Okay. Anybody remember what her daughter's name is?
Daughter's name? What was the scandal with her? With her daughter? That she got pregnant?
She got pregnant. She got pregnant. Was it Crystal? No. Crystal?
Something with
Bristol.
a P?
Bristol?
Bristol.
Right. Crystal Bristol, yeah.
Right.
She can see Texas from Alaska, I bet, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Showpiece. Gosh. Yeah. So yeah, it's I kind of miss her. You know what I miss about her? I don't really miss her. I miss Tina Fey impressions of her on SNL. That's what I miss.
Oh shit. My computer's about to die and the cord is downstairs. Jamie, actually, wait, no. I have don't look at my butt.
Because we're all half naked. She's wearing her underwear. I don't know if you guys saw that. Let's talk about her underwear. We saw your underwear.
No, you did not.
There's a mirror behind you, Nikki.
Oh, shit.
You were walking backwards, but we saw your bum in the mirror.
What it look like?
It looked pink.
It was clean.
It didn't smell like what was it? Maserati rice.
Basmati rice.
That's okay. So that's something that I have to add to the list. Make sure your computer or your phone is charged.
Right. Yeah. I'm such a spaz. Anytime I'm like not Miss Cool at all. Anytime something goes wrong, it's like.
But my favorite thing about that was you pushing the chair back and going backwards, and you're in your underwear. And yeah.
Okay. Well, we made it interesting. How about that?
We made it interesting. That was cute. Nice underwear.
Thanks.
Mine are just gray.
Just gray boxers.
Just gray boxers.
Mine are maroon.
Actually, I think I'm wearing blue boxers today.
Why isn't this charging?
Uh-oh.
Okay. Is it charging now? Okay.
I don't know.
It's charging now. There it is.
Okay.
I'm back. How stressful was that?
So, do you want to talk about your one-woman show?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about it. What's it about? Where can we see it?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Wait a second, because what's the deal with right now? I am scheduled with you in July in New York City.
Oh,
for Pride. Did it get canceled?
Yeah, the Pride parade was canceled. So
it was canceled. So that show's canceled.
I don't know. I'm just trying to wait and see what's going to happen in May. What they're going to say. You know, by the end of the May, I still have the date. But
do you want to do it? Like, do you have any interest in?
Not if people don't show up.
Do you think they will? I mean, you said that's a 50-seat theater, right? And that would be packed.
Yeah, I don't think it's safe.
Yeah.
Nah, I think it's canceled.
Okay, so I'm just take that one off my calendar too.
Sorry. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm kind of feeling 2021 right now.
2021. 2021 is supposed to be bad too.
Why?
So they said in 2021, in the winter, that the virus is going to come back with a vengeance, and it's going to be more people dead than before.
Next year.
That's
if they don't, contain it now.
No,
maybe.
I don't think they're going to contain it. They don't want to. They want to let people work in meat plants and continue to pluck chickens while they're coughing on claws. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? 2021, who knows? This planet might not even exist.
Well, that's pretty dark.
Oh, yeah.
So how are you feeling?
I feel good because I've been very occupied with things that, I've been working. I'm a voiceover actress.
Okay.
So I built my booth. I have been yesterday I did a job from home. That was my first studio booking that I got from home. I bought a new microphone.
Oh, excellent.
Interface, all of that. So tonight, after I talk to you, I have to record 3 auditions. One of them is funny as hell.
Really?
It's funny. It's like something about moms. And it's like a poem. And it's like, leave mom the fuck alone. That's what it says.
Okay.
No, I don't want to be in your TikTok videos. And I don't want to be a savage. Just kiss my ass and leave mom to eat some cabbage. Leave me the fuck alone.
That's hysterical. And so it's like, yeah, go the fuck to sleep.
Yeah. What kind of commercial is this? It's a commercial.
I have a feeling it has something to do with the virus and having all the kids at home until forever. Yeah. That's hysterical.
Yeah.
That'll be great. So you're gonna you're auditioning for a voiceover for that?
Yeah, I have 3. That one and like 2 other ones. So
nice.
I just go down in the basement and I go in my little booth and then I do my stuff and edit it and send it to my agent.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Doreen Watson says hi. Hi, Doreen.
Hi, Doreen. Miss Doreen. Somebody said no.
Expected to come back.
Oh, so about the massage thing.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So I wrote my play, I think in 2016, and it started as a 30-minute piece, and it's about my real life because I owned a massage parlor in Manhattan for 10 years.
You owned it?
I owned it.
I didn't realize that you owned it.
I made it. I owned it. it.
Okay.
What happened was I started working for a Russian woman, and she had a Chinese boyfriend. So I worked for her. Then I worked for the Chinese guy, and their places kept getting busted. And then I got fired from her place because she said I cheated the house. Because what happened was there were a bunch of, Fleet Week, how the Marines come in and they go around the city. Yeah, it was Fleet Week, and a bunch of Marines came into the place. And so the guy came in and he had $160. So he wanted to do an hour. And so I took him in the room and I said, hey, if you do half hour for $120, you could give me a $40 tip and I could, I could show you a little extra. And so they found out that I was like trying to cheat the house and I got fired.
And so you were like, fuck this, I'll start my own thing.
Yeah, I was like, I'll start my own thing. I went around the corner, literally around the corner from them, and rented a room in a ballet studio for $60 a day. And so there were 2 rooms. So I would work in one room, and then I would rent the other room out to my friends for like $35 a customer. And so
how much?
$35 a customer.
Okay.
Every time they got a customer, they would pay me $35.
Wow.
So yeah, so I just started getting a lot of money, and then I got an apartment, then I got another apartment, then I got a commercial space.
Wow.
All different types of stuff happening, but a lot money was made, but some crazy things, some bad things happened. But basically the moral of the story is never give up on your hopes and your dreams. So that's what I say, because I was like so addicted to money and addicted to that life that I forgot why I moved to New York. I moved to New York to be a performer and do comedy and acting. And I mean, I was so entrenched in this business, and law enforcement was up my ass. They like busted my apartment down. They took a battery ram to my apartment door twice.
Wow.
I had to pay $1,000 to get my door fixed.
Wow.
Twice. They padlocked my apartment at one point. Like the city condemned my apartment and was like, I couldn't even go inside and get my stuff. They had a padlock on it, and they were like, no, this is closed by a court order, and the only way you can go back in is if the judge says you can.
No shit.
Yeah, it was a lot of crazy stuff that happened. I mean, people got arrested, people got hurt.
Yeah.
It's a lot of weird, a lot of weird stories. I have a whole bunch of weird stories. So
wow.
Yeah.
So how did that become your one-woman show? Because at what point did you start doing stand-up then?
I was doing stand-up and the massage at the same time. Like,
were you really?
I lived a block away from the Broadway Comedy Club.
No shit.
I had an apartment, and that's where I worked there, and a whole bunch of girls worked there too. And so I would do a massage, and then I'd just go up the street and do comedy. And I'd go on stage and talk about different stuff at the massage parlor, and people thought that I was making it all up, and it was true.
Wow.
Like, oh my God, that was real? And I was like, yeah. They were like, oh, well, I thought you were just joking.
Well, I know that we talked in private about it when you came up and did a show with me.
You mean when you gave me the $70 to massage you?
Yeah, you remember that? Oh, good. I'm glad my life. You remember that, honey? Yeah. Yeah, we talked about stuff. Like, I knew that you had there were some tough times in there, but like you completely turned it around.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, was that a good experience? Was it a bad experience? Like, what? Would you do it again, being a massage parlor owner? Like,
I mean,
I know nothing about it.
You know nothing about it?
Well, I have my suspicions of what it is, but I don't really know much about it.
It's basically a rub and tug.
Well, that's kind of what I figured.
Yeah, it's like basically a rub and tug. That's what it was. Would I do it again? No. I wouldn't do it again. No. Because basically it just sucked up my whole life. It was basically an addiction. It's like an addiction,
And that was the money part of it.
Yeah. Who wants to be drunk, addicted to alcohol for 10 years?
Yeah, that doesn't sound
drugs
good.
Or anything,
Right.
It's like, it's such a big part of my life that I can't get back. So I just have to turn a negative into a positive,
Right.
This is what I learned, and, this is what I have. This is what I walked away from it. And honestly, I could have been murdered. And that's what I talk about in the show. I show like a projection screen of different real situations where this one guy in Milwaukee, he agreed to have sex with this girl. She was 16. She was a beautiful girl. And he killed her because she didn't have change for $160, and she wanted to keep the $160. And there was no change. And so he killed her.
Wow.
Just stupid stuff. Like, there was another woman who, she was beautiful. She went to a hotel room, and this guy, I think he was from Massachusetts, he killed her. She just was there to do a massage. She showed up and I did that a lot too. You put your life in jeopardy when you show up to somebody's apartment that you don't know.
Right.
And show up to somebody's hotel. You don't know these people. And he freaking killed her. And her mother is like, flattened, just completely demolished.
Right.
I think the mom lived in Boston. She was from Boston.
Wow.
And she was in the city. I mean, so many different stories of girls that have gone missing, that have been murdered.
So do you think that a lot of that is the sex trafficking that's happening?
Some of it is, some of it's just murder.
Wow.
Some of it's just murder.
So what is your goal with the Confessions of a Massage Parlor Madam?
Well, what I wanted to do was before this whole pandemic started, I wanted to contact like different group homes, homeless shelters, places where marginalized people gather and live, to basically share my story and to say, listen, keep yourself safe. Like, I don't want to preach to somebody. If somebody wants to get on the pole and strip for money, that's your life. That's your prerogative. My message is just be safe and never give up on your hopes and your dreams. If your dream is to be a nurse and you're tooting, and getting caught up in the game, then it's like, no, focus on never give up on your hopes and your dreams. Focus on being a nurse.
Yeah.
Because time goes by like that. It could be 10 years and you can miss your opportunity because you want to be on the pole. So
yeah,
that's my thing. But yeah, I wanted to perform it at different places, and I was performing it in theaters in Manhattan, and I wanted to go to Chicago with the show. I wanted to go to California and go, tour the show.
Yeah.
Also, I'm working on a book, because in a book,
nice.
I can basically tell more stories and give more insight than just a 1 hour show and a talk back. So
you did a Q&A after it too?
Yeah, I did a Q&A. And the Q&A was like one of the best parts. I mean, it was like so good because the feedback that I got and people sharing their own stories. Like the first time I ever did it, 2 people stood up and was like, thank you for being truthful and honest about your story, because I can tell you that I can have the courage to say I ate out of the trash can because of drugs. I sold my body for drugs.
Yeah.
And, it's everybody has a second chance. Whatever you did doesn't define you. I'm Nicky Sunshine. I'm not what I did. I'm not, the massage girl.
Right.
I mean, that's what I did, but that's not my identity,
Right.
So
right.
You can bounce back. And that's what I'm doing. Like, after that whole dark period, I was dating a married man for 3 years when I was in, and it was like just a merry-go-round of craziness.
Yeah.
Guess what? I got out of the game. And I was blessed. I got married. I have a life partner now. Things are going well. He supports me. I support another way. I'm building different. My life is different now. So
right.
I feel like, I am religious, and I think, God really saved me from a lot because I was in a really dark place.
That's
very
awesome.
Isolated and a lot of lies and a lot of secrets and a lot of craziness. But I have a lot of fun stories. Like there was this guy named Daryl and I called him Fart Boy Daryl.
Okay.
He was special needs. He was a special needs guy, but he was really nice. He worked at Home Depot. He had a job. He worked at Home Depot in Queens, and he would call and be like, hey, hi, it's Daryl. I don't know why he sounded like Michael Jackson in The Wiz, but he did.
Okay.
Hi, it's Daryl. Can you eat some broccoli and some beans and some eggs? Because I want you to fart in my face. I want you to do some real juicy farts in my face this time, okay? You're going to be nice and farty for me, right? And I would be like, okay, Daryl, I'll do my best. And so he would come over. He would pay me $140, and I would fart in his face for a half hour. Sometimes.
Oh, my God.
Sometimes, it was hard for me to be like, I can't, I don't know. That might be a turd coming out, Daryl. You might want to back up. But that was what he was into. I mean, wow. Special needs people have special needs too. Get it?
Yeah.
Special needs have special needs. So,
I got you.
That was interesting. Fart Boy Daryl.
Fart
Boy Daryl. There was also this guy named Vincent. I talk about him in the show. He was really, really a loon. I had to block him he was the only person that we ever banned from the service, like a lifetime ban from the service, because he was just too bizarre. He would call constantly. He would show up. He showed up outside my door one time at like 3:00 in the morning with flowers. He he would be like, after you would do the service, he'd be like, I want to marry you. I love you. I want to marry you. And it'd be like, no, I'm the massage girl. We're not getting married. And I tried to encourage him. I was like, you know what? If you get your tooth fixed, maybe you can go on a date. Like, why are you talking about my tooth? You making fun of me? I'm like, no, I'm trying to help you get a normal life. Like, yeah, you can come here, but like, get a girlfriend, dummy.
Right.
So I mean, the list goes on and on and on with these weirdos. I shouldn't call them weirdos. Some of them had like really touching stories. Like there was this guy, we called him Stuttering Steve. That's what we called him, Stuttering Steve, because he'd be like, hey, I want you to shit on me. And we'd be like, no, we don't do that. And he'd be like, you want to shit on me? And I was like, no. And so finally we got like, after he was a regular customer, he told me that he was from Hungary. He immigrated from Hungary and his parents died. And his aunt, she was his guardian and she abused him. She would like beat him in the head with a shoe. That's why he stuttered.
Jesus.
But he had like such a weird sense of self, I think, because of that abuse. And he would always say like, treat me like a piece of shit. I want you to treat me like a piece of shit. You just shit on me, beat me.
Wow.
And I think that the psychosis of his abuse like translated over into his sexual fantasies. It was,
right.
People, it's real deep. It's real deep. But I massage ladies too.
Really?
So, yeah. I've massaged ladies before.
Wow.
It was hard to tell, when they, did their, popped off. But I guess they were satisfied, and all different types of women, like Barbie doll women,
No shit.
I went to a couple places. This one lady, she was like one of those she looked like one of those soap opera, like a Dallas. She played in Dallas or something, because everything was like really, she had doilies in her house and like a really nice flowered tablecloth, and then she had like these huge dildos and shit, and she's like, so yeah.
Wow.
It's an interesting an interesting background. And I also massaged a woman. She looked like Busta Rhymes. I don't know if
she looked like who
Busta Rhymes is, but that's what she looked like.
Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
Who was that?
He's like a rapper. She looked like Busta Rhymes. Yeah.
Oh geez.
And she would come. Some people would come there, like couples, and they would want like, they would think that you would take it further, but they wanted weird stuff. Like, pretend like you're going to go down on my husband and do this and do that.
So definitely an interesting life.
Oh, yeah. For
wow.
Sure. I'm a Renaissance woman. I lived in Germany. I speak German. That was my major. I actually recorded with
you were an army brat, right?
No. In college, I went to college in Evanston in Illinois, and I did a foreign exchange program, and I went to Germany.
Okay.
I met the producer that worked with Milli Vanilli. This producer actually produced Milli Vanilli, and I sang a couple songs. I have a picture with him, and I lost touch. And I just found out he's the same producer. He co-wrote All of Me with John Legend.
Really?
He's written for Beyonce, all these Kelly Clarkson, all these huge artists. He like blew the hell up, and I had no idea. I just was like, I was cleaning up some stuff, and I was like, oh, I remember him. I wonder what happened to him. Toby Gad. And I was like, I'll Google him. And I Googled it, and I was like, what?
Wow.
He's like a made man in music. He wrote for Beyonce. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I've had a crazy ride this life. Now I'm in Corona soup, boiling in Corona soup.
So it makes sense that you're completely okay with being home.
Yeah, I need to slow down a bit. I've been running the streets for a minute.
Yeah. Well, and you've been doing comedy since how long? 2005?
2005. Yeah. And in all different
15 years. That's a long time.
I mean, I've done in bars, I've done nursing homes, I've done fire shows.
What's the worst show that you've ever done?
The worst and the weirdest show of my life? 2. I'll tell you 2.
Okay.
Which show? Oh, okay. I know. I was hired and they hired me through some agent to perform at a restaurant down like near Chinatown. And so I was like, oh, okay. It was for somebody's birthday. I was like, okay, cool. Get to the restaurant. And I was a little nervous. I was early. So I got there early. And so I was talking to like the maitre d' or whatever. And I was like, okay, so where's the back room with the microphone? And can I take a look at it? And he's like, oh, your party isn't here yet. They're not here yet. And I said, okay. So I'm just wondering, because it was pretty crowded. I'm like, where am I supposed to do comedy? So then the people get there and everything's like, you know, when you're doing a show, you feel anxious. You don't want to socialize with people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this and that and this and that. It was I think it was maybe at least 7 or 8 people. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do comedy for 7 or 8 people. I thought it was gonna be like a bigger party. So I'm like, all right. So I'm wondering, when are they gonna take us in the back room? They set us at a table like almost in the middle of the restaurant.
Oh my God.
And so they're like, oh, order appetizers, do whatever. And I'm just like, well, you know, I didn't want to be rude because I'm like, I'm here to work. I'm not here to have appetizers and eat with you. Oh, no. We want you to eat appetizers and eat. And I was like, well, where's the microphone? How am I going to perform? Oh, no, you don't need a microphone. Just sit down and do your jokes. And
at the table while you're eating.
I said, okay, so yeah. And it just, you know, it's all of us talking. It's all of us talking. And
that sounds like a blast.
I said, so I'm supposed to jump in while there's a conversation going and just say jokes? Yeah, that's what we want. Okay, so it was almost like double Dutch. You know when people play double Dutch?
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, have you heard about the Al Sharpton campaign?
Oh my God.
And it was so dumb. But not only that, it gets worse. While I'm attempting to do these jokes, people interject. Oh, no, that's not right. That wouldn't be good.
But you're having conversational comedy. That's kind of like this, but not right.
It was sit down comedy, and it was
my God,
shitty. It was shitty. So that was the one thing. Then
that would be pretty bad.
By this same company, I hope these people. Oh my gosh, this same company. You might know the people.
I might know the people.
Thank God they don't do bookings anymore. They let that go. They were like,
there are some bad bookers.
Oh my God.
There really are some bad bookers.
I mean, bookers from hell.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I got to fix my sound.
Bookers from hell. They were like, oh, you're going to perform for returning military people. They're returning back from their bases, and it's like a welcome home party. So you're going to welcome them home, and we're going to do comedy. And I said, okay, where is it? Watertown, New York. I agreed to go to Watertown, which is borderline Canada, for $150, which is a 5-hour trip from New York City. So I boarded a bus. Went to Watertown on a 5-hour trip, got to Watertown, called my contact there, and nobody picked up the phone. So I'm like, okay, try to reach the agent. He didn't pick up. So I'm like, what the heck? So the bus left. So I was like, well, you know, if the bus leaves, I'll just hang out in the station. Well, no. You may have seen like a Greyhound station or a bus station before. This was basically like a waiting room, like a little wooden log cabin of a bus station. And so I was like, and they were like, yeah, the next bus doesn't come for another 3 hours. So I was like, oh, I'm supposed to say, oh, and then they were like, oh, and by the way, the bus station, this closes. You can't sit in here.
Oh my God.
I don't know. They closed the station in the middle of the day, and people can't be there because they don't have regular buses that leave. So I'm basically stranded in Watertown. I had struck up a conversation with a Hasidic gentleman on the bus, and he's like, oh, you want to come hang out with me? I'm going to look at some real estate. And I was like, okay. So I was like, I don't have anything else to do. I can't go back to New York City. My agent isn't calling me. So I wound up riding around with two Hasidic guys while they checked on property in Watertown, going to like different, it wasn't like, I think I went to it was a trailer park we went to, and then some other place. And then finally my agent got back with me and he was like, oh, they moved the location. And I was like, moved it to where? I didn't even know where I was supposed. It was supposed to be at the Best Western. So finally, I was so exhausted and like stressed out. I was boarding the bus. The agent was like, "Oh, we got the information of where you're supposed to go." And I was like, "You know what? Forget it. I just want to go back home."
Oh my God, that's crazy.
A 10-hour trip for a comedy show that didn't happen.
And you never got paid for that either, did you?
No. I think maybe I got $50.
Oh, the stuff that we do for work. People don't know.
People don't know the foolishness.
I remember I was doing the show and I'm not going to say where it was because it wasn't local, but it was close enough to being local. And I'm not going to say who it was for, but it was for a bunch of, let's say it was for some very rich white people.
Okay.
And I was paid fairly well to do this. Right. And it was, how do I explain this? You know which one I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
So there's two of them. I'm talking about, okay. So I get to the place and I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. There's a stage and everything, right? It's a 1,000-seat venue. There's going to be a stage. And I'm like,
1,000 seats.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm going to nail this. This is going to be amazing. Right. And they wanted me for their pre-party.
Oh,
there's a pre-party for this event.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, this is going to be great because I'm a theater person, and I'm like, I'm going to kill this shit, like I love performing in theaters, because you really have to tune in to all of your senses when you're performing in a theater because you can't see. So you don't have that interaction. I mean, I'm sure you know this, right? Like from doing your one-woman show. It's really, you start listening and you start picking up cues and you really have to delve into your own material and being who you are and being very secure about who you are on stage. Mm-hmm. And so I go in and I meet the person that I'm supposed to meet and I introduce myself. I'm like, hi, I'm Jess Miller. I'm the comedian for tonight. And she's like, oh, great. I'm so excited that you're here. Right there. I mean, nothing really out of the ordinary up to this point. And she's like, we're just going to go into the back where the barn is. And all of a sudden, the barn. And I'm like, red flag, danger, Will Robinson, danger, right? And I'm like, why the fuck are we going into a barn? Why can't we just go into the venue? There's 1,000 seats right here. This would be a good place to do this. I don't want to do it in a barn. Like, I don't want to do anything in a barn. I want to go into the venue where there's 1,000 seats and people are sitting there and I'm going to open this whole thing up. No. So they're in a barn, like a modified barn. It looks like it's now a social area. Very clean, very pristine. Eating hors d'oeuvres. There's a piano. A pianist playing the piano, and they're standing and they're talking. And then they're like, they hand me the microphone and they're like, here, do 20 minutes. And I was like, wait. You want me to do 20 minutes? Like, okay, I knew I was going to do 20 minutes, but where are the chairs?
Where did they have a stage?
No.
Oh, you're kidding.
No stage, no chairs, and people had no idea I was going to be there. So they were still talking. And they just they're like, here's Jess Miller. And they had me the microphone, and I was like, well, hi, I'm so sorry to interrupt your cocktail hour right now. I was like, I don't really want to tell jokes. I don't want to tell jokes right now. This is really awful. And I was like, so this one time I walked into a bathroom and they thought I was a guy and boom, ha ha ha. Moving on to the next joke. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I don't want to do this. Some of the shit gigs that we get are absolutely hysterical.
You know what?
They're so bad. And people don't know. And to tell, and like, it's one of the things that like, because I book shows and I produce shows, it's like, okay, you have to take care of the comics. I mean, if you're a producer or you're a booker, if nothing, and you're watching this show, you have to know you got to take care of the people who are making your audience laugh. Give them a stage, give them lights, give them sound, treat them well. you know, be nice to them. So, because they're what makes you. Like, if you're a good producer or promoter, people will come back and they'll be like, oh, I want to go to Jess's show, or, you know, I want to go to this person's show because they put on good shows. You know, so not only are you taking care of the comics, but you start taking care of your audience, right? And it becomes this kind of like synergy. It's just a weird thing and then there are people that don't think this shit through, and they're like, I want to do comedy, I'm a producer, and I'm like, you just sent me to the worst fucking show of my life. I had one where I did one with this lady called me up and she wanted me to do a show for her 6-year-old transgender son. And I was like, that's fine. I'm totally cool. I will support anything LGBTQ, whatever. I volunteered my time.
Who hires a comedian for a 6-year-old?
Well, it was a fundraiser.
Oh.
It wasn't for the 6-year-old, but it was a fundraiser and it was during Pride.
Oh, okay.
You know, so I'm thinking, well, you know, there could be 200-300 people there. And Steph and I are driving around someplace in Connecticut. And we're driving around and I'm like, where the fuck are we? Right. And it was like industrial warehousey kind of really super rundown shit. And I'm like, where are all the balloons? Because, you know, one of the telltale signs with Pride are balloons. And I'm like, where are all the rainbows? Where aren't there any rainbows? So there were no balloons, no rainbows. And we end up walking up this, I see a couple kids standing outside, and I called this lady and I was like, I think I'm here. I'm not really sure. She's like, oh yeah, you're here. You know, I gave her the landmark and she's like, yeah, you're here. She's like, I'm just standing outside by my car. And I look over and I look at stuff and I was just like, oh, fuck me. This is going to be a shit show. Like? She was 16 years old. I couldn't tell by her voice. She had a very mature voice on the phone. And I, you know, like, again, a friend of mine said, hey, can you do me a favor and do this show? And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to out him but he still owes me a steak for this. A big steak, a huge steak. Because I called him afterwards and I was like, motherfucker, do you know what you sent me to?
Were there people there?
It was on the 3rd floor and it was one of the hottest days of the year. There was no AC. I am a fat woman. I don't want to be on the 3rd floor of an industrial building in the middle of summer with no AC, telling jokes to 17-year-olds. And I'm like, I'm not a clean comic. I don't know how I'm going to do this. This is crazy, right? But we walked and I just said to Steph, I said, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I mean, I know when I drive up, I'm like, I don't want to. You know the feeling, right?
Oh, like, I want to tell you. There's no, I mean, that feeling of I don't want to do this. You feel it in your stomach and you can taste it in your mouth.
Yes.
Of pure dread.
Yes. I was just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And, you know, and I walk in and she's like, you can do it. You can do it. Be a big girl. You can do it. I'm like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And we start, and I'm like, okay. So we go in and I'm like, you know, and I'm thinking, be the bigger person, do it for the cause, you know? And I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Right. And so I really was very sincere about wanting to help out, you know, so I'm volunteering my time. I don't know, you know, if under normal circumstances, if it was like a regular show or something, I would be like that was really cool. So I walk out to the 3rd floor and I'm like, Jesus Christ. We walked into what seemed to be, huh?
What kind of space was it?
It was a BDSM space.
Shut up. No, it wasn't.
You hear Steph laughing right now?
It wasn't.
Yeah, it was. It absolutely was. So we walk in and it's just hot as fuck, right? There are these, listen, I'm a prude, Nikki, okay? I'm really modest. I'm very prudish. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it, you know? I grew up in like Southern Oregon, you know? It's just like, like if me and Steph go into a toy store, I'm like, You know, like I just turned red. I'm turning red now, and I'm just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So that's who I am, right? And so, oh my god. So we're walking up the stairs, and I was just like, geez, what the fuck is this? And there's these things hanging off the ceiling, like ropes and stuff. And stuff like, oh, it's acrobat. And I'm like, I don't think that's acrobatic stuff. I don't think that's what that is stuff. You know, and there's kids around. There's one adult who's a supervisor. So it was sort of like a youth meeting supervised by one adult. And I called up my friend at the time and I'm like, so listen. And I'm like in there, they're like, oh, have a seat on the couch. We're going to get going first. You know, we're going to have a band. They're going to have a band. And then they're going to bring me up. And I was just like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go after a band. I don't want to sit here for an hour and a half and then go after a band when it's hotter and sweatier. I mean, I walked in, I started to sweat. I lost 20 fucking pounds in 30 minutes. It was hysterical. It was really funny.
Oh.
And then when the kids, I was like, I don't know how to tell jokes. So I just went around and I'm like, what's your name? How old are you? They're like 16. And I'm like, what grade is that? Like, I don't really have any good jokes for you guys. I have adult humor. But when they would like something that I said, they wouldn't laugh. They would just. And I was like, so those are
what?
Yeah, they would. That's what the young ones do. So it's actually very polite if you're a speaker, right?
What does that mean? Like they're agreeing with you or something?
Yes. They really like what you're saying. They don't want to be disruptive. They don't want to be rude. So they just start. And I'm like, nope. If you think that's funny, you have to laugh out loud because I need at least one laugh before I leave here.
Every component of this story is a mismatched turd.
It was hysterical. It was so bad, that was probably that's my top two. Those are my top two.
Yeah,
one I got paid for, one I volunteered for, and I still owed the steak for.
I think your story. I think you trumped mine.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I'll put my.
I think. I just put a lot of energy behind telling it. If I was sent 5 hours on a bus to a Best Western hotel and the booker didn't call me back, I'd be pretty fucking pissed. I'd be like, you need to pay me, motherfucker. Like, this is why my album would have to be titled Fuck You, Motherfucker. Because that's how I feel a lot. I'm like, fuck you, motherfucker. Don't fucking call me again. Yeah.
So Southern Oregon, what is it like there?
It's rich, white, and conservative. Not rich. It's like blue collar. Not a lot of people of color. Not diverse at all. Very religious, which is why I'm not. Yeah. I grew up as a Republican.
Mm-hmm.
I got lucky, went into the Army, and came out as gay.
How did you make it to the East Coast? How did you
get as gay?
You what?
I went into the Army and came out as gay.
Oh. And then you couldn't go back to the state?
No, they don't. No. No. Not where I was at. Portland and Eugene are great. Where I was at, no. I wouldn't
even go back.
I never felt really that comfortable. I mean, I still have friends from high school that love me and accept me for who I am. But the majority of people are not so much for gay people. They're probably protesting right now.
Okay.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how ultra conservative and even nationalist and how racist Oregon was.
Oregon is enormously racist. Well, I don't know if they've gotten better, but it used to be, I think we had one person of color in our entire community when I was growing up, and he was a light beige Asian.
Why was he there?
Good question. Wow. So I have firsthand knowledge of these twats that are out there protesting.
Right.
They're awful people. They're not awful, but they are awful. This is what they believe.
They just have a different way of thinking.
It's sad is what it is, because I really did get lucky. I mean, it is a joke that I do in my stand-up, you know. I tell a joke, and well, that's how I became gay. And then one of the things I say is every time Trump tells a lie, I eat a cookie. Right? So I've gained, I mean, since 2016, I've gained a shitload of weight. I really have too. Because I don't know how to process this shit. I'm an emotional eater, you know. I have a therapist. It's not helping. I mean, she is helping, but you know, I can't take medication. So I'm like, you know, I might eat a cookie. So I've eaten an entire fucking Girl Scout at this point, right?
A whole entire Girl Scout.
A whole entire Girl Scout. So when I tell this joke in a conservative crowd and I say, every time Trump tells a lie, I eat a cookie, you can feel the tension, right? They're like, don't talk about my boy like that. And so me, Steph, and Linda, I don't know if you met Linda. You may have met her at the Hookie Lounge. Linda Dixon. She's our best friend.
Wow.
Like, 2 lesbians and a black woman walk into a bar, ... And we're like, what's going to happen tonight? You know, this isn't like conservative areas. And so I'll tell this joke and I'll be like, and I know what's going to happen. I know half the crowd's going to be like, yes. And half the crowd's going to be like, no. And so the follow-up for that is like, I'm not a political comic. Don't worry about it. My whole family is Republicans. I grew up as a Republican. I just went into the army and came out as gay. So the setup's there, and it's actually a very funny joke, and it kind of helps them.
Right. To kind of, oh, okay, we know her a little bit better.
Well, when I say I was in the army, that really, you know, that takes away the gay a little.
Right. Because that's something they can relate to and respect.
They can relate to the gay. And, you know, laughter's good for people. But the shit that people miss out on just being white is crazy.
But the shit that people are tuned into because they're white, that's
also crazy.
Some fun stuff. White people have a lot of fun, though.
I would say black people have more fun than white people.
Yeah, you might be right, but
I think that you guys are more. I think you guys are closer knitted together as a culture. You know,
right? Yeah.
You're tight. You know,
but white people go camping, and that's so fun. And
you can come camping with me anytime you want.
You can go to wineries.
I'll take you camping.
I would love that.
We would have a good time.
That's one of my goals, to go camping.
What?
That's one of the things like on my list to do is I want to go camping.
Then we should make a plan on going camping. Comedians camp out. That would be hysterical.
Comedians camp out. That sounds like a movie.
So you've never been camping, and this is a cultural thing.
No, I don't think I have been camping. I went when I was in elementary. We went away to a camp, but we slept in log cabins and then we explored nature. But I haven't ever been camping. No.
Well, when you say you want to go camping, exactly what are you?
I want to sleep in a tent. I want to make a fire. I want to lay on the, have to shit outside. I want to be in a sleeping bag. I want to cook our food outside. So we have an RV. With a shower and a toilet and all that kind of fun stuff. What? We could take you camping. We also have a tent. So we could go camping and we could go boating and fishing and do all that fun stuff. Oh, I would love that. Where do you guys go? Where do you do all this?
Up here.
Yeah?
Yeah. You guys can get out of the city, come up here, virus free, bring the kids.
Jamie will like it. I don't think he likes camping.
Who?
Jamie's not Jamie. I don't think he'll like camping, but I'll make him like it.
Well, but we'll do skits and we'll eat s'mores.
Well, s'mores would definitely bribe me into a whole lot of trouble, but I don't know about him.
Someone said, I don't camp, but I've also not been white since 2016. Yes.
Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah.
Somebody said they drove to the coast. What did they do? Do you see that comment?
That's Stephanie. We drove up the coast of Oregon and went into a restaurant that was for sale. And I went in and asked about it, and they said it was not for sale. Yeah, we went and had breakfast. I took Steph home, and when we first met, and we went through the Grants Pass, Oregon. It's Southern Oregon, and we went into the redwoods.
Oh, that's what I want. I want to go see the redwoods.
Yeah, I took her to the sea lion caves, and then we drove up the Pacific Highway from like it was Crescent City, California, all the way up to Washington.
What a beautiful trip.
We stopped at this really cool little diner somewhere on the coastline in Oregon. And there was a sign for sale. And I was like, you know what? I could totally go for like buying this little place and setting up. This was before any comedy came in, you know? And I could totally go in to like, we could have a little diner and it would just be coastal and be, oh, how cute. And so, you know, we're having breakfast or lunch or I don't think it was dinner because we would keep driving. And we said, so how much is this place for sale? And they were like, it's not for sale. I'm like, well, there's a sign in the window that says it's for sale. Yeah, it's not.
Wow.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, shit happens, which is why I don't go there too much.
Yikes.
I'll go to Portland. I'll go to big cities, but
do they have any Latinos in Oregon?
I haven't been there in a really long time.
I've been very.
Oregon has a very bad history for African Americans.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So if it's that, they have Mexicans. You know, there's a lot of Mexicans. So there's people I have my aunt's Mexican, my cousin's half Mexican, and her husband, their dad voted for Trump. I'm like, I don't know how you did it, but it's very kind of unimaginable in my head. Like it's kind of mind bending and super surreal about how shit has worked out the past few years and where we would be if things were different. But you know, you just have to go with what you got.
Yeah, or else you'll go crazy. But I just really don't understand how he can keep getting away with the stuff that he does. I don't know what kind of superpowers he has to keep getting away with this shit, man.
Well, I think when he didn't get impeached, that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
He could do whatever the fuck he wanted to do.
Yeah. It made him, it's almost like he's some type of slug. It just made him stronger.
Yeah.
It increased his sluggy powers.
Yeah. And there's nothing you can do about it.
No. Have you seen those women, Diamond and Silk? Do you know them?
No.
It's a duo. They're a duo. I don't know if they're best friends, but they're Black women.
Okay.
And nobody's going to talk bad about my president. They're like huge Republicans. They have millions and millions of followers. They've been on Fox News multiple times. They're basically created some type of platform because they're Trump lovers. And they're like, that's right. They do these live chats. You have to go in them, Jess. They do live streams and these live chats. And hundreds of thousands of people will be like tuned in to like them. And Nancy Pelosi needs to shut her mouth because she doesn't know what she's talking about. And then the comments will be like, that's right. The best president we ever had. And like all this stuff. And then her sidekick, anything she says, she's like, that's right.
And do you think they're doing this because they believe it or that they're doing it for the money?
I think they believe it. That's
really?
They're like from North Carolina. There are a lot of conservative Black people that are too like my I have an aunt of mine. I believe she's an undercover Trump lover. She's like, right, we're gonna stop abortions and we're gonna clean up this country and get illegal immigrants where they need to be. There are a lot of Black people that are like that are conservative like that.
It's very strange to me. It's very strange.
Jess, when you see what these women are about, please inbox me. So
okay, I'm gonna probably have to call you or call my therapist.
Yeah, do it. You have to. They're called Diamond and Silk.
I wrote it down.
They're the biggest freaking dummy. Like me and Danielle from Let's Get Greedy, because I have a web show with Let's Get Greedy. We did a spoof. Yeah. We did a spoof of pretending to be them, and then people were like, "Look at these stupid bitches. They wish they could be Diamond and Silk," and it's like, we're just looking. They're like, whatever.
It's crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
This is so crazy. I want to go camping with you. I want to take you camping. So talk to Jamie about it.
I would love that. I love camping.
Yeah, you guys can come up for a weekend. We'll go.
I'm an outdoors person. I like to be outside.
Yeah, I do too. Where you guys are you in the city or in Brooklyn, Queens? Where?
Split my time. Well, I was splitting my time between Long Island and Harlem. I have an apartment in Harlem, but we have a house in Long Island.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're in Long Island now?
I'm in Long Island now. I have not been to this city in several weeks.
Okay. Yeah, I think everybody from the city left if they could leave.
Yeah.
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 So, all right. Well, you let me know when you want to go camping. We'll go camping.
Yay. I would love that.
Skits. We'll do live Facebook skits or something.
Do you know how to fish for real?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I don't like to touch the fish or the worms, but Steph will do it for me.
Steph does it?
And we have lots of fishing gear.
Really?
Yes.
What kind of fish do you normally catch?
Whatever eats the fish bait.
What eats the fish bait?
Well, sometimes worms.
Mm-hmm.
We caught fluke, which is like a flounder.
Yeah, fluke. I've heard of it.
In Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
We would catch lots and lots of catfish in Florida.
Oh.
I caught a huge bass in big 5-pounder.
Wow.
Yeah, huge with a kiddie pole.
That's exciting.
Off a pier. I'm like, I got one. It's a big one. And I'm like, I'm not touching that motherfucker. I won't touch him. I won't touch him at all.
Who touched it and got him off the hook?
Our friend Zach did it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but we've been going for a while. I got really kind of depressed for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And my thing, because I grew up in Tennessee and Oregon, but primarily Oregon. And I always used to go hiking and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to go fishing all the time when we were kids. I never had a problem with it, but for some reason, I've grown into some sort of, I don't know,
like a phobia of it.
I can't touch things that are squirming. If they're dead, it's fine. I can touch it if it's dead.
I hear Tennessee.
I can gut a fish. I can gut a fish. Like that doesn't gross me out.
Uh-huh.
It's the squirmy. Yeah. So, have you've gone fishing, right? Ever?
Oh yes, one time we went on one of those charter boats that go around New York City from Beach, from Brooklyn, and my friend, she caught a baby shark, but I didn't catch.
You know the song, "Baby Shark, do 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 do, baby shark." Okay.
She caught a baby shark.
Baby shark. All right. So we'll go camping. We'll go fishing.
We will.
We'll just hang out and have fun.
That would be great. If
no pressure.
Promise that we'll go camping, that we'll fish and we'll have s'mores.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm hoping that the campgrounds are open for us to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So you let me know when you have some free time.
Yeah. Well, I just escaped to go to Costco, so my husband's not letting me go anywhere. I'm right now. I'm in the house.
I won't go camping anytime soon with other people. But once this shit is cleared out, we have a date.
We got a date. To camp and do some fishing. But I hear Tennessee is really nice too.
It's very pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I still have family that lives there.
Yeah.
Nashville's very cool.
Nashville?
Yeah.
I've never been.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not. It's nice.
Smoky Mountains, I think, is like one of the most popular campgrounds in the country or something.
Oh yeah.
I saw that. Yeah. Most visited.
Huh.
Yep.
Yeah. Rednecks.
Gotta love them.
Yep.
But the food is good. The food is good.
Yeah, the food is good.
The more racist you are, the better the eatings.
Or the more homophobic you are. It's a toss-up sometimes. I can't hide it either. So I'm just like, if I walked around, if I got, if like we'll go places, and as we're starting to drive south, if we get into like rural areas, I'll just send stuff into the office, and I'll just sit there and go, yeah. So nobody knows,
Right.
I'll let them think I'm a guy. It's all good. So.
Well, this has been delightful. I have
This has
some
been
fish sticks
delightful.
waiting for me.
Well, go eat your fish sticks. I love you, and I'm very glad that you came on.
I love yous, and I'm happy that I was naked on your show.
Well, you were half naked.
I was half naked. Yep, I did it. Don't tell anybody.
I won't tell anybody.
What did I do? I put this up, and there's a mirror in the background.
Well, turn around. There's a mirror in the background.
No. No.
I wish I could blur it out, but we're live. We're live. I love you, Nicky Sunshine.
Bye.
I hope everybody follows Nicky. She's amazing.
Yes, follow me. Come on my Facebook page, Nicky Nicky Sunshine. I'm rare. Sometimes I'm on Twitter, but not really. But I'm Nicky Sunshine on Instagram and Facebook. On Twitter, Sunshine Comedy. If you're a friend of Jess, you're a friend of mine.
Yes, and I can't wait to see you, and I hope we get to work together soon.
I hope so.
Thanks for letting me know that the show in July got canceled.
What'd you say?
Thanks for letting me know that the show in July got canceled tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, that was very sweet of you. Yeah. Very uplifting. I love you, my friend. Take care of yourself.
Bye. You too. Bye.
Because she's in Long Island. I'm going to go to Queens Meats.